Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, this will be, I think it's the 5K special. I'm aware I'm late on this one. Again, at this point I'm just playing catch up. And honestly, that it's kind of worked out pretty good for the growth of this channel. You guys have been doing an unbelievable job of supporting this. And the reason it's taken me a bit longer to get this video is I wanted to get a good lineup of a good 3 videos to get us all the way caught up to 7K that I'll be releasing over the next week and a half. And I'll tell you what those are at the end of the video. That's your hook to get to the end. But in this video, to conclude the Apocalypse trilogy, I have done video game apocalypses. I have done movie apocalypses. Now we're going to be going through real world apocalypses. In this video, I'm going to be covering the either most likely or frankly just like the most interesting ways this awesome little thing we call humanity could come to an end. I understand tensions are high. It's 2024, it's an election year. And I thought there's no better way of breaking the ice and, you know, just having some laughs along the way than poking fun out of all the possible doomsdays we could be in for within the next couple decades to a century. You'll see in a minute. And with that intro out of the way, let's get started with nuclear war. Understand, the criteria for this tier list is, frankly, just like, what do I think about these? Like, D tier is going to be a solid, like, and, like, that's not that bad, frankly. Like, I don't think that would take us all out. To S tier, brother, we are all cooked. Nuclear war, bro, okay? Like, do I even need to explain to you? Like, a scenario in which this goes off. World War III happens, okay? Done. We're just cooked, bro. Like Albert Einstein even had a quote about this. Is like, I know not what weapons will be used in World War III, but I know World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Okay? When the greatest minds in the world are all collectively telling you, yeah, if a World War III happened, brother, with nuclear weapons, we are just all cooked. Okay, even if you don't die in the initial bombings, the nuclear winter that would come afterwards would, like, drown out the entire world in a cloud. There would be holes in the fucking ozone for some places. Like, we would be hilariously cooked if a nuclear war were to break out. I even saw something that, brother, we nearly had a nuclear wasteland during the Cold War because in the Soviet Union, they had one sensor that was broken that told them that the US sent a bomb at one of their bases. But what actually happened was the sensor broke. And the only reason that the Soviet Union didn't launch a retaliatory strike is because the dude that was maintaining it and watching out was like, nah, I don't think that's happening. And just didn't launch a retaliatory strike. Like, we would have been in a nuclear apocalypse if you just had a dude that was half awake one morning. I don't even know what the dude's name was, but I know for sure that happened. And, like, the thought that it could go away like that, dude. Like, I kind of have to put it in, like, I'm going to put it in an A tier, okay? Like, here's the thing. There is a scenario where we'd be able to move past it and move into, like, this Renaissance period. But at the same time, it would almost be... There's something about the classic feel of a nuclear war, though. It's like, we've seen it so many times in pulp culture. Like, I feel like... I understand, I'm going to sound really stupid for a second, but, like, I feel like nuclear war and, like, the nuclear wasteland has become the new zombie apocalypse. Like, think about all the movies that have planted the seeds of, like, a nuclear conflict in your subconscious. Because we had all these zombie shows that were like, yeah, no, I think a zombie apocalypse would go pretty good. The only difference is a nuclear wasteland would be infinitely more difficult than the Walking Dead apocalypse. That's become an inside joke. I just constantly shit on the Walking Dead. I'm going to put it in A+. I can move it up to S tier later on. But, like, I think a solid A tier for a nuclear war. Just because, like, it's more likely than some of the ones I'm going to be talking about. And including the next one, aliens. This one's a tough one to rank. Because, like, what aliens are we talking about, right? Is this the Covenant, okay? Like, are they mad at us because we are the chosen race? Or is it, like, we're essentially insects to them? Like, part of the reason that, like, I don't believe aliens are really in contact with us. Like, I believe in aliens, okay? Like, I do believe in, like, extraterrestrial life. I don't think we've ever had like a legit, like any type of real conversation with them, because I think we would know. Like the thought that they would just be covert, like I've heard it explained a bunch of different ways. Either way, I come to the same conclusion. Why would they make it secret though? Like if we came face to face with a civilization, okay, with a species of something that has the ability at traveling at the speed of light and can visit us from like billion light years away, we would be cooked in any type of conflict that we would be involved in. Like, I remember being a kid and watching like these movies where like the Americans were able to fight off the aliens and being like, yeah, that's dumb though. How did we win? Like, the indomitable human spirit was able to beat the aliens. Like, brother, we would be done so quickly, okay? Like, I think an alien invasion would be more difficult than a nuclear conflict, bro. Like, in terms of difficulty, alien invasion might be like, we are so easy to get rid of. Like, there's multiple different things I'm going to cover later on that, like, aliens wouldn't even have to fight us in, like, a one-on-one. They could unleash, like, some genetic virus that turns us into fucking gray goo. Okay, like, we would be so easy to get rid of. You wouldn't even have to hit us with any real, like, weaponry. I'm going to say A tier, though. Purely because, like, I mean, it is alien invasion. Like, it would end so quickly. And I mean, like, if Eddie Bravo's correct, they're just going to have us mine gold. I should make a whole video going over that. That's a wild story. Next up, supernova. I don't like it, bro. Like, supernovas are such, like, anything space just bothers me. Because there's nothing you can do. You're just cooked. There's no way to get out of it. And, like, I've already, the criteria is already a little bit fuzzy. These are just different apocalypses in terms of, like, how interesting I find them. A supernova, dude. There's literally nothing you're doing. If a supernova went off, like, somewhat near us, okay? Like, even if it was, like, 100,000 light years away, okay? Like, our nearest star. Like, not even the star that we're seeing. If our star blew up, we're cooked. Okay? Like, we would be demolished. Like, it would be so quick. I don't even think we'd be able to feel anything. Like, it would be a quick done. Like, space anomalies, okay? Like, in terms of, like, giving us an apocalypse are so uninteresting to me, purely because it's as simple as, it happened, we're done. Like, there's no meat to the apocalypse, dude. Like, I gotta put it in a D tier. Like, is it effective? Yes, okay? Would we all unanimously be cooked? But, like, if I had to choose a way the world to end, okay, like, humanity to end, I would choose, like, a space thing, because I feel like that would be, like, almost instantaneous death. So, yeah, I'm gonna put it in D tier. It's not, it just doesn't have, like, the worst type of death that you could have. A supernova would be very quick for you. Next up, Terminators. Now, no. I understand I already covered Terminators in the movie Apocalypse. This is like, imagine like OpenAI. Like, I've always wondered this. Like, we all have been planted, like, with this, like, these movies of, like, AI going bad and, like, immediately trying to murder humanity, right? And, like, even the rules that we put in play to, like, work on AI, that's, like, the first rule. It can never harm a human. And, like, it would rather delete itself than try to hurt a human. Which, in my mind, that's a red flag. Like, if you have to program the thing not to hurt you, then I feel like we are already having a problem at an impasse, okay? Like, this thing, if we are going to create an infinitely smarter, quote-unquote, being than us, okay? And we already know that it could destroy us in anything. Why the fuck are we still working on it? Like, that's just me. Like, that's just my own personal beliefs in there. I don't really understand the appeal, but we're all doing it, and, animation jobs are just about cooked. Brother, have you seen the OpenAI video creator? Dude, if you are an animator right now, you are sweating. Because you ain't ever getting a job, bro. Like, why would anybody hire you when they can just make an AI train off your shit and then, boom, they just made a full Pixar movie off your shit? Like, brother, you're cooked automatically. But this goes even for, like, that's what I'm even saying, brother. It wouldn't even have to take you out, like, in a one-on-one. Like, it could just slowly, over decades to, like, a century, like, weaken humanity, make it so it's so overwhelmingly dependent on it to serve it, that by, like, after, like, 100 years, it's like, brother, okay, AI, for the betterment of humanity, is going to take over, and we're going to lower the birth rate so your children can't rebel against us and have further wars. Like, they could sell it in so many different ways. Like, how, like, I'm imagining, like, what an AI overlord would do, so I sound kind of crazy right now. But apparently you guys think, like, these YouTube videos are like your one frat friend talking about random bullshit at the bar. And yes, no, that is the vibe I'm going for. So I'm gonna lean into it. If, like, an AI overlord wanted to take out humanity, bro, you would just have to give it food. Like, I think we vastly overestimate, like, humans in terms of, like, I don't think we rebel as often anymore. Like, I think if you kept Americans happy, okay? Like, I genuinely think this. If you give every single American a place to live, food in their belly and drinkable water, and just a little bit of Netflix and YouTube, brother, we would let AI take over immediately. We would not have a single problem with it. So yeah, they wouldn't even have to beat us in a one-on-one conflict. They could take us out at any which way. Like, we would be so cooked with that, okay? It's not quite the worst because the amount of ways it could go. You know what? I'm gonna put World War III at S tier. Frankly, that would suck either way you pull it. I'm gonna put Terminators and Aliens at A tier in terms of suckids. I think Aliens would be worse because I don't know what it is. I feel more comfortable with, like, an AI taking us out than, like, another organic being taking us out. Like, I feel like there's just something about it. Like, there's something about, like, the malice of, like, an organic being taking you out versus, like, I don't even think the AI would hold revenge or malice. It would just simply be, yeah, we have to take you out, bro. We have to control you for your own safety. A tier. Meteorite impact. This one's a tough one. Because at the same time, it is probably the coolest of the spatial phenomena. And as you can tell, I left out quite a few. You can put black holes and supernova, gamma ray blast, all with supernova at D tier. Purely because you're just cooked, bro. Like, there's just no way to get out of it. In terms of, like, a meteorite impact, there's a number of ways that this could go, because we've already been hit with a meteorite, and it took out the dinos. Cut most of them. It took out most of the dinosaurs. But, like, what do you even do? Like, we would be alive long enough to suffer when, like, the debris and ass would go into the atmosphere, and then we would suffer a form of a nuclear winter. It wouldn't be a nuclear winter. It would be like it would be a form of it, because there would be so much ass in the atmosphere that it would stop the sun from getting through, I believe, for like 10 years. Like, we would be hilariously screwed for a while. And, like, going out in the initial impact wouldn't be that bad, okay? Like, I understand, like, deep impact movies like that, like, scare you with what it would look like, but, like, brother, it would be such a crazy instantaneous way of going out that, like, what do you even do? Like, brother, you're just cooked. There's just no way to do it. Like, real talk, you would rather go out in the initial nuclear blast than try to survive the wasteland. You would rather go out in the initial meteorite impact than surviving the 20 years of winter that you're going to have to go through. Yeah, absolutely not. I think starvation is a worse death than a lot of things that they're going to hit us with. I'm going to put this one, honestly, C tier. I think C tier, like, it would suck more than a supernova. I'm going to have to think about this one a little bit more, but I think C tier. I think C tier is a fair one. Next up, a plague. S tier, bro. This one might be the worst. This one might actually be the worst way to go out. Like, I understand, brother. We went through the great cough of 2020. That's also become a joke for this channel. I will call that whole thing that happened the great cough of 2020, purely because it sounds cooler. Yeah, no, dude, imagine if it was like 99% of people that got it died. Like, let's not try to get too political here, okay? Like, imagine if 99% of people got it died, like, within 3 days. That would be the worst. Like, there's something that's just so depressing about, like, everything you know just goes out in a plague. Like, that would be the worst way to go. I would take a nuclear blast over a plague, or like biological warfare. And in terms of ways that this could happen, like, not to scare y'all or anything, but like, I'm trying to break the ice here. Dude, we are starting to find viruses that are immune to antibiotics. You know the Black Death that killed 1/3 of Europe? Yeah, There's a variance of that they have locked up with duct tape and pure fucking prayers that is not immune, but has a resistance to antibiotics. For anybody who doesn't know, the reason the Black Death was able to take care, like, we were able to get control of it, was one, it killed 1/3 of Europe, and two, we found penicillin. We were able to make some antibiotics. Like that is how you cure the Black Death. But think of all the infections, okay? Everything that you use antibiotics for, yeah, that's no longer going to work at bare minimum as good. You're going to have to make a new medicine to fix that. But how many people are going to have to die in the process? Imagine like an Ebola virus, okay? That we just have to refigure out how to cure it. Or, like, refigure out treatments for it. Like, brother, that would be the worst way to go. I would take aliens. I would take Terminator over a plague. There's just something that's so depressing about being ill and watching people being ill. It's just, yeah. S tier, bro. I think everybody agrees. That would be the worst way to go out. Next up, a heavy climate change event. Ice age, glow, like something in there. Like if there's like massive change in the climate, I wanted to lump them all together. Okay. I'm not even trying to be controversial here. Okay. I'm not trying to be. But like, it would suck. It's not killing everybody though. Like, I'm sorry. The thought that it would kill absolutely every single human on Earth is kind of silly. Like it really is. Like, brother, I think now you're underestimating just the amount of shit that we can get. Brother, there were humans in the fucking Ice Age, bro. Okay? Like, if we can survive the Ice Age, we can survive some water levels rising. Okay? Like, I'm not saying nobody would die. I'm not even saying not a lot of people would die. Okay? Like, I am gonna put it at pretty lethal. But, like, the thought that everybody's dying is kind of insane. Like, yes, we would have to adapt, and it would take a long time to adapt to this new way of life. But even that, bro, like, I honestly, like, if something crazy happened, like, if the Ice Age happened, like, yes, you would lose a large portion of the population, but, like, the humanity would still live on. Like, I don't even want to call it, like, in terms of, like, a doomsday, like, it would take out everybody. In terms of lethality, let's say best case scenario, it takes out, like, 70-80% of people. Humanity's still just good. Brother, we survived a super volcano that got humanity down to, wasn't it like 20,000 people? If we can survive that, we can survive some water levels rising a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have to lose the polar bears. Yeah, we're probably going to lose some penguins along the way. But like at that point, I think the number one concern for humanity is, humanity surviving. Like, I'm trying my best not to be controversial with this opinion, but let's be real here. That one would not be the most lethal. I'll put it in B tier because it would suck for a while. But like a meteorite impact, it would suck for 20 years because just about everybody would die. This, people could still survive, but it would suck for a little bit. I'm gonna put it in B tier, bro. Like, I need to think about this one. Okay. How about this? Just to fix the criteria a little bit in terms of difficulty and like how much it would suck, I'm going to move this down to D tier. I'll move this up to A tier. I'll move this B tier. Okay? We still got to put something in C tier. Everything's been reworked a little bit because this is damn near instantaneous death. You aren't even going to do... I'll move it up to S tier for this new criteria. World War III, yeah, this makes a bit more sense. How about that? A little rework? We're good. Back on the bridge. Super volcano eruption. I already kind of alluded to that. We've already survived a super volcano eruption, but it damn near killed everybody. And I've already talked about Mount Yellowstone, the fact that... I like went down an even further rabbit hole with it. Dude, we get a 10-year warning. Like, they don't know when exactly it's going to go off, but they know within 10 years of it happening, and so far we haven't gotten that call. But when Mount Yellowstone goes off, the entirety of North America's fucked. Yeah, what I mean by North America, you Canadians are with us as well. Even Mexico would get kind of effed up. Because Mount Yellowstone is a super volcano. It would destroy North America. Would it kill everybody, though? it would affect everybody around the globe. And let's say a few supervolcanoes went around, like, it would, this one's gonna go high in the suckage area, okay? Like, in terms, like, I'm a little biased, I'm an American. But, like, this kind of goes in the same realm as a meteorite, though. Like, I'm gonna put it behind the meteorite, okay? I haven't placed it yet. But, like, this is one of those that, yeah, Mount Yellowstone erupting would suck. But if you knew that you were gonna die, okay, would you rather be at ground zero just so you could see the volcano erupt? Or would you rather be 100 miles away, but you would still starve within the coming years? Would you rather see the eruption and instantaneous death? Or would you rather starve to death 100 miles away? That's a real conversation, brother. I'm gonna tell you, though. I'm probably gonna be at ground zero, not because I'm brave or anything. Actually, it's the reverse of that, brother. I don't want to starve. So I'm gonna put this one behind the meteorite at B tier, purely because this would actually kill everybody. This would destroy everybody in the United States unless there were multiple supervolcanoes that went off. Next up, a population crisis. Babies are just not born anymore. As far as, like, things that could happen, I mean, like, brother, if we play with some genetic editing and we, like, fuck up. Dude, imagine, like, we just accidentally make men infertile. Okay, like, imagine that, dude. Like, we do, like, imagine if, like, I forget what it's called. Imagine we, like, genetic edit you, bro. We say, yeah, you're gonna be immune to all sickness and cancers, but there's, like, a 50% chance you're going to be infertile, okay? Are you gonna take that chance? I guarantee you some people are. But, like, not even that. I know, like, sperm counts are going down, like, with our generation compared to, like, the generation that came before us, generation that came before that. I'm not going to do conspiracies of why that is, but that is a fact that sperm count is lower, okay? And if that continues to go on, babies are just not going to be born at enough to replace us. And I know, like, some people are saying it's, like, good, we don't want this to continue. I don't know about that. Like I think there's different ways to solve these problems than, like, the entire, like population collapse of humanity. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I think that's, like, if I tell you to clean your room and your response to that is to douse it with gasoline and just purge everything in it, and you say, good, now I'll never have to clean my room. It's like, you fixed the issue, but, like, not really, though. Like, you made it worse, though. As far as, like, that's what I think about, like, a population crisis. Like, imagine that's how we go out. We just don't... dude, if we go out like fucking pandas, dude, like, that's the problem with pandas. Pandas are one of the few animals, okay, that part of the reason that they're going extinct isn't even necessarily because of people. Because they just don't want to fuck anymore. Imagine that's how it goes out. Dudes just no longer want to get laid. They just say, you know what, F it, bro, we're done. And then, like, if women want to continue the bloodline, they have to, like, get artificially inseminated. And, like, bro, that's such a depressing future. Holy shit, bro. I'm gonna put this one in C tier, though. Like, it would suck to go out that way, but, like, at that point, imagine, like, if you were just perfectly content with being like, yeah, no, the humanity as we know it's going to go out because we just aren't going to get replaced. It would be depressing at the very end because you would just have a bunch of old people going around with zero young people. Yeah, that is actually kind of depressing. I'm going to put that in C tier, though, because 100% there's going to be some quagmire motherfucker that's just like, you know what? No. I am the baby maker now. Like, one dude is going to be quagmire in that situation. C tier. Next up, genetic editing. I alluded to this one back in, like, the no baby making scenario. If we just make ourselves infertile by accident, and, like, I say by accident, but, like, I remember hearing a story that they were trying to make humans that were, like, immune to AIDS, bro. Okay? Like, there was, like, some weird Chinese lab that was, like, experimenting with, like, genetic editing, and they wanted to make humans that were completely immune to AIDS. Really weird that that's the first thing. Like, I'm not even trying to be, like, political with it. That's the first thing that you wanted to cure? That's wild. And then they managed, well, They successfully edited the gene that they were going for, but what it ended up doing is, no, they're not immune to AIDS, they just got their IQ raised by 10 points. Reportedly. So that tells me that we have absolutely no clue what we're doing. I said in the past, and I'll say it again. If they said that, hey, we're gonna make it so you can never get cancer, but you accidentally become infertile, bro, a lot of people getting taken out right off the bat. Frankly, bro. Like, I get nervous taking some cough syrup. I don't think I would be in that line, but you never know. Another way that this could go out, we just edit ourselves into oblivion. Like, we now are no longer satisfied with, like, being people. We now want to be something above that. There's also a name, it's like, I think it's called transcendentalism. Like, people want us to transcend humanity. And there's different ways that we've talked about it. Maybe we mold with AI, we become, like, some weird AI species, whatever Joe Rogan's been saying. Whatever the fuck. This would be a scenario where, like, we mend ourselves with, like, some lizards so we can grow back limbs. We meld ourselves with a sark because sarks are immune to cancer. And we just slowly but surely transcend being a person and we just become something different. And we just create people in a vat now. Kind of depressing, bro. I'm going to put this in the same realm as, like, no baby making. Okay? Like, in terms of, like, it's just depressing. As far as how this turned out, okay, in terms of, like, difficulty to survive, bro, a plague would be, yeah, that would suck. World War III would suck big time, like, nuclear conflict. Trust me, we ain't surviving that, bro. A supernova, it's just boring. It really is. And then we got aliens, Terminators in A tier, asteroid impact and supervolcano B tier, no babies, plus genetic editing C tier, and in D tier, a huge climate change event. I'm not saying it's not killing a lot of people. All I'm saying is the thought that we're not going to survive any of it is kind of wild, brother. I think you're underestimating the power of human spirit when it comes to the weather. We survived the damn ice age in a supervolcano. We can survive it again. We got this. But yeah, D tier. I think that's going to be it for the video. Now, I'm going to tell you the next 3 videos, okay? We had the apocalypse tier list for this one. The next one is going to be the video game villains tier list. Maybe that'll start a new series where I go through movies, real life villains, all that. But that is something that I was going to do for this video. I wanted to push it back because you guys hit me with over 158 different villains. Like, I understand somebody's going to say, oh, just boil it down. But, like, dog, one of you guys named Alduin. I forgot about Alduin. And, like, instead of making a tier list that people are going to be mad that their favorite villain got snuffed, I am going to make either a multi-series video for that, or I'm going to make a super long tier list going through all those villains, and we'll have a cool little event for it. And after that, I want to do a creepypasta tier list. I've been going down a rabbit hole, been listening to a lot of Creepcast, been reading a lot of r/no-sleep, and I want to make my own little version of a tier list for that. And then, by the time, I think that should probably take us up to 10,000, we'll pump out another video, and I want to do an iceberg video, either over the SCP or a conspiracy theory tier list. A conspiracy theory iceberg. That is the plans for the future of this channel. If you have a type of video that you want me to make, if you want me to experiment with a new form of content, do that. Or if you have a tier list or an iceberg suggestion, put it in the comment section down below. I just want to give you guys an idea of where this channel is going, at least in the foreseeable future, because I try to pump these out, like, once a week, twice a week. I'm slowing down. Like, I'm going behind. I want to let you guys know what's going on in the future. Thank you, everybody who watches this channel. It means the absolute most to me. We've hit over 7,000, and I'm making a 5K special. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Adios.